Hey, it's Tricia of Triumph with Tricia here. Good morning, good evening, afternoon, good night, as the case may be. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about accountability and taking massive action. I took a day or two off because I think, if you remember my last couple videos, my voice, I was struggling a little bit. I was fighting off a thing and I'm feeling much better. Wasn't really getting great sleep, what have you not. I said, you know what, let me just rest so I can feel like myself, give you, my best energy, and so on. So with accountability, what happens? We know what it is. It's huge, but a lot of times we're temporarily motivated, and then things happen, and life stuff knocks you off of your course. This happens. I'm also guilty of this. Has happened at different times and seasons throughout my life, and that thing you wanted to do, it's drop a few pounds, it's apply for this grant, school loan, filling out of something to apply for school. Well, nobody actually knows, so you just can let it slide, right? Even with children, as much as they are not going to say to you, I want boundaries and accountability, and I want to learn, I want you to teach me that when I say I'm going to do this thing and have you make sure that I do it, they're not going to come to you with that. It's learned things, but it's a need, right? So it's for myself as a coach, what I also provide is accountability. It could be like month to month, a 6-month package where if you, whatever it is that you're doing, it's fitness related, it's also you're getting your coaching off the ground, it's whatever it is, and we're just doing a check-in, somebody that is holding you accountable, not in a punishing sort of way, but just holding you accountable to the things that you said you wanted to do. And when you put it out there, saying, oh yeah, what happened here, pardon me, maybe this area needs a bit more attention and less attention, whatnot. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when we take little actions, we get little results. Like myself, and I've mentioned this before, having a channel and speaking on camera is not my favorite cup of tea. It just hasn't been. And so I talk about it because I'm challenging myself in this way, where I can speak on the phone and in person and even Zoom things and all that with no issue at all for a very long time. Sitting in front of the camera has definitely been an area for me, and understanding that you have to market yourself and all of that. I've spoken on it before, so I made this public. So many videos, and by a certain time, I think in April the 17th or so, I have what I set out for myself is to have so many videos posted. Some of it is coaching and some of it is digital business, and mainly that type of content. But guess what? If I change my mind and I have other content out there, I'm going to make you aware of it, and that's what I'm going to put. It's my channel. So back to what we're talking about, taking massive action and accountability. When we do big actions, it creates big results, right? So let's look at this. There was a study done. It was actually done, I think, on Facebook some time ago. And what they noticed is people that take in content where they go out a lot, they're very actively doing things, whether it's like social justice related or just being social and going to more events and networking things and stuff. But the people who are watching their followers and their Facebook friends that actively do a lot of this stuff, they find that those people are also doing more of those things. Oh, I'm in a fitness group where I'm getting back active. I'm getting my 10,000 steps and I'm increasing my water, and maybe you're taking a product or a green drink, juicing or something, then you're actively doing more of those things. So your environment, my point is your environment makes a difference. And sometimes we really don't realize it. The people that we're around, the things that we're hearing, what we're seeing and doing can really have quite an effect and really take a toll on your productivity. So if you have people around you that demotivate you, they're not really supportive, or they're totally not. That could be friends, it could be family, it could be those that you love the most and who you live amongst, but they're not really supportive of what you're trying to do or what you are doing. Sometimes it happens, sometimes we find that is the case for ourselves. I mean, it is what it is, right? So you can find a group. It could be a Facebook group, it could be a meetup, right? A networking thing, something on LinkedIn even, or just other people that are going to support you, that are going to cheer you on. Once you let them know, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm working on, and I'm looking for an accountability buddy, right? Because you can't really control that. Other people and their feelings, their thoughts about you or what it is you're doing or working towards, you don't have control over that part. You can't make them think and cheer you on, and that's okay. But also their feelings or their negative feelings should not be the thing that stops you from getting where you're trying to go, right? Demotivating. I just get it as a concept, but I never really used to hear that as a term or a name. But you can absolutely find people that are really going to support you, right? Whether you knew them before or not. Sometimes the most supportive people are new people that you meet. There's a quote, I think it's like the best customers if you have a product or service, and the most supportive people that are cheering you on are friends, your social media friends, like Facebook friends that you haven't even met yet. Don't mind my book, it's me and my talking points. Which is interesting, but I mean, it's kind of sad in a way sometimes, but also that's just the way things are. And if you have made the decision that I'm doing this and I've committed to it and nobody or nothing is going to stop me from, then you've just found your people. Because just because you're related to other folks doesn't mean that they're your people in this way, right? So reaching out on a weekly basis. This is the accountability portion of things. Reaching out on a weekly basis, getting in touch with whoever the person or people are is key. Holding yourself accountable, right? Having reminders in your phone. It could be using that on your phone, a Google, a calendar. Mainly those types of things are very helpful with the accountability part of things, right? You can tie your results to a reward, right? In places, put it where you can see it. So for example, if it was fitness and you spend a lot of time, maybe you're cleaning up your eating. This is just a hypothetical, and you're going to the fridge you find a lot, or in the pantry, and getting things that you don't really need, and your fitness goal of Michelle Obama arms, right? Those Angela Bassett arms and what have you. This is not helping me get to where I'm trying to go. I don't actually need to be in here. You need to eat, but maybe not so much of this. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can put a picture of that, or if you're a vision board person, absolutely that'll work. Putting a picture on your fridge, or if you have a workspace in your home, things of that nature. They're helpful. Another reward could be, let's say I have to get these 3 things done this week, and once I get these things done, then I can go out on the weekend, I can buy myself the whatever, because I've earned it, right? I can buy the whatever, or go shopping, I can get that purse that I wanted. It can be simple as watching, there's a movie on Netflix or on whatever it is, and I can watch it because now I have downtime. I put the work in, I wasn't distracted by YouTube or Netflix or whatnot during my work time, and I got these things done, and now I've earned this time to chillax and watch whatever it is, have my popcorn, have my snacks, so on and so forth. You can meet weekly. Oh, let me say this. When we do things like that and attach our goals and our goal success to a reward, it helps us to become more efficient. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to, I see this thing, I have a desire to do this and to achieve it and get this thing accomplished. So if you reward yourself with a treat in whatever way it may be, I get to get those new, there were these sneakers or some new fitness gear, right? whatever it is for you, reward yourself. You've earned it. You put the work in, and now here's the reward. Absolutely. Meeting weekly, if it's people that through, maybe some of us are zoomed out because there was definitely a season where Zoom was a way of life for a while. It can still be Zoom. It can be another software. It can be in person. It can be a meetup, but maybe you're meeting with that person or those few people in a group every Sunday afternoon, every Saturday morning, every whatever it is that works, to just say, hey man, doing a check-in. It could be online. It could be an FB group, whatnot. We go to a place, we have coffee, we talk. Okay, thank you. The encouragement, if you're a person of faith, you're getting with these folks. It's a call in the morning, it's a prayer call. You know what I mean? It's different things. There's many options available, is what I'm saying. When we look at massive action, what happens a lot of the time? We take small steps. And small steps and small actions garner small results. So if I have a goal, for example, to have 30 videos on my YouTube channel in a month, and the month has 30 days, and that means at least posting one video a day. I don't tell anybody about my channel, and I never do anything more than I just record it, but I don't even post it. Well, how am I going to ever get any views? And this channel, as of right now, today, is not humongous with a ton of people, but it's going to grow. I know that it will. It's just a matter of time, right? This channel is still brand new. This is still the first month of this channel. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's almost like creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't have money for this. I can't go here. I don't know about that fear, that doubt, that negative self-talk. And you're listening and your brain is working to make the negative thing that you said happen. Then it's happening. None of that actually needs to be a thing, right? When you develop a mindset that no matter what happens, you are going to do whatever it is, whatever it takes to create success within your goal, the best way to create the momentum is to take the massive action. I've mentioned in other videos me going back to school where I definitely felt like giving up. It took me financial aid 2 years to actually get to the bottom of why my situation keeps not working. And I was so distressed. I started to take night classes in night school because I was like, this is never going to happen. And it's literally going to be about 5 years for this particular program if I do night school. I did not want to do that. Maybe it was more affordable because I was work and pay for each class, but that just seemed like a really long way to go than taking 1 year and knock this out. And it was days and time and weeks and months kept moving along, and this that I was working so hard towards just seemed to be moving further and further away. However, I did not give up on it, and I accomplished that goal. So it's always something that is doable, and when you just set your mind to it, your brain really does work to make the thing happen, creating that massive action. If I talk about increasing my fitness at home and getting my steps in, but I walk up the stairs once or twice, well, how much difference does that really make? Is that a significant amount of anything counting towards my steps? If my goal is to do 5,000 steps a day, what was that, 20 or 30 steps maybe? Small steps, small actions, it's gonna garner very small results. So keeping that in mind is really important. It's also not what you want. You don't want just these little itty bitty results. That's not why we're here. And it doesn't motivate you. So I would say don't leave the scene of an idea without including massive action. You have the idea for this thing. It's creating a product. It's a service. Okay, how can we make this happen? If you're somebody that you attend a workshop or something. I would go to network events, meeting new people and, I would write down stuff. I'll tell you one specifically that sticks out in my mind. I went to a networking event. It was amazing. All these women that were doing, moving and shaking, right? Doing the things. They've got businesses going. They are creating products and services and all this. And I was not there yet. I hadn't even gotten into school yet. I wanted to go because I love to be in this type of environment, and I wanted to keep up my own motivation, right? My shoe heel broke while I was there. Not great. And I was feeling very discouraged, not because my shoe heel broke. That didn't help. That wasn't the reason. Is I felt like I'm just trying so hard to get where I want to go, and it's not happening. Look at all these successful women, all these fabulous melanated women, and the things that they're accomplishing. Everybody has had some level of difficulty and struggle, and I was like, I don't know that I'm ever going to be here where I can actually celebrate my efforts and stuff, because it just seems to be escaping me. If I just stuck with that, I never would have gone back to school. I would have done other things. And I did leave feeling pretty discouraged, to be quite honest. I left that event feeling discouraged, and I was like, a little goal of mine, I'm not telling you to do this, but I did make this in the back of my mind a goal. But I didn't want to come back to another one of these type of events without having accomplished something, because it's always being in the environment is okay, but what else is that doing for me? So when the next, say in the spring or in the summer, whenever is the next event, I'm in school now, I'm working on my stuff, because I wasn't in an accountability group. I was not a life coach, and I wasn't, I don't think I still thought I could be one. That's not something I was trying to do at the time. I was focused on school. And so I made that a thing for me, that the next time I'm in this environment, I also have something to contribute. Because there was a lady that I met, I guess she felt how hard I was on myself, or just how disappointed. I felt very discouraged. And she had an encouraging word for me at that event. And also it was a reminder, everybody here doesn't have everything all together, and that, everything is all smooth and it's all working out. But we're here, we're trying, you know what I mean? And we're doing it, and everybody's committed to getting the thing done or achieving the what have you. And so that's what ultimately helped to pick up my mood and to motivate myself. I was like, the next time I come, I'm going to be in school, and I'm going to be working on these things. And it wasn't a negative way, even though it might sound kind of negative here. It wasn't actually in a negative way. It was, I'm not giving up on myself and my dream. We're going to figure out what's going on with this student loan nonsense. I had lived out of the country for 10 years, and I had moved back. And so, although I had been to school years and years before, they just didn't have my information. Just seemed to be buried, tucked away somewhere. And they actually needed to verify that I was who I said I was, because I had been away for such a long time that when it came to me applying for funding, they were like, well, who is this person? She's not been here for 10 years. Are we sure that it's really her? It took such a long time to get to the bottom of it. Literally 2 years. Story for another time, right? So you could be doing stuff like setting a timer to be working on. Are you a content creator? Or do you write? Do you do poetry? Do you write, stories? Are you doing script writing, things like that? Children's books, content for maybe not children, but teens, preteens, excuse me, or adult, whatever it is. I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes. I'm going to do push-ups for 5 minutes. Well, the time goes by, and maybe I can only do 2. Or actually, I did 10, and it's been 15 minutes. Or I was writing for 30 minutes. I didn't even realize that I blinked once, and the 5 minutes was up. Well, now it's 30 minutes, and you have a couple of pages. Reset your timer. It's taking that initial action, right? Put it like this. When we use a GPS, if you just turn it on, it doesn't take you anywhere. Although that is an action step, it is. But if you just turn it on, where are we going? What are we doing? You got to put in an address, and then you need to start moving, right? So once you take that action and you start moving, Now it's taking you somewhere. Okay, it can reroute you if you're going not in the right way, or you put in you wanted to go to the fastest, the shortest, what have you, then it's going to reroute you. Okay, great. But you had to take that action first. Indecision, I used to hear this expression and I didn't totally get it. Well, I got it. I didn't love it. The expression was indecision is a decision. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, of course it is. Not deciding to make a move on whatever it is you've been tossing back and forth, going to school, applying for this job, whatever it is, right? It kills dreams. And I didn't always know this. It's actually a form of like self-abuse. You're not helping yourself in any way. You're just on this hamster wheel, just going back and forth. Shouldn't I? Well, I want to, but I don't know. I don't know. No, if you have this thought in your head, and this is something that you wanted to do, then you already told your brain this is what you want, and now it's working to make the thing happen. So when that opportunity comes about, because they don't always come, when that opportunity comes about, don't run from it. That's the fear and the other stuff, right? Take action. Just dive in. Sorry, that's my stairs. If you hear any crickety crackety noise, that's just somebody going up and down the stairs. Don't fear it when the opportunity makes itself present. It knocks on your door. Take it. That's the only way to make the massive action, or to take it, is you have to take the action. The only way to make things happen, right? You make decisions quickly and take action. Are you tired of me saying take action? Oh well, get used to it. I think that's what we're talking about. I find that getting started for many, and this also has included me at times, is always the hardest part. But once you make a move, any move for that matter, the next move gets easier. And then it gets easier, and then it gets easier. It sounds corny perhaps, but it's still true. And the best time to start doing stuff, it's now. It's not next week. It's not right now. Get started, right? What can you actually do? This is something to think about. What can you do to feel invested? You assess your results. I started this. I took massive action. Now I'm doing this thing. But then what happens a lot is we don't actually assess and look at what is working from what is not working. Okay? It's so funny. Because if you're doing this, whatever it is, and you're doing this thing, but it's not actually working, is the effort, it actually is kind of becoming pointless, because this is not effective, this is not working. So you have information now, you have data that says doing this way is not better, it's not good, this is not effective, it does not work. That means you're making an assessment, very good. Something has to change. I need to cut this out. I need to add more of this. I need to do less of that. I need to implement something else. That's the assessment. We all need to do these things, right? So you're not doing anything wrong. You're on the right track. It's important towards your dreams and your goals to look at, what could I have done to make this better? What did I learn? This went well. This not so much. So how can I make it better? Question to ask. These are the things that you do in making the assessment. There's things that I have learned even with this channel, right? And as I continue to go on and do more videos and create more content, where it will be getting better. I'm still figuring out my mic situation, because I had a big one with the fluffy thing, and there's some problems there. So I was creating content, all this great stuff, and then there was no sound. So I'm waiting to see if I can get the part that's what have you, and I'm just using this in the meantime, right? Anyway, while you're committed to your goal, it's also important to be flexible. not being so super hard on yourself. Okay. How can I say this? You're staying focused on the outcome is important, right? Staying focused, but not being so attached to the means, the how by which you get there. Not being focused on that part, just remaining flexible, because real life happens. Real life happens. I think it was 2 days where I didn't do any content stuff. Could that throw off my timeline for getting videos out? It could, but I can also, there's options to make sure that I stay on my own timeline. But I did let myself rest because that was something else that I needed, right? Remaining flexible while still committed to your goal is absolutely a thing. It's all doable, guys. It's all doable. That's really what I have for today. Things for you to think about. If you have, you want to comment, that's totally fine. What I'm asking for you to do, I'm giving you a call to action, is to click like and to stay committed to yourself, right? Stay committed to the goals and the dream that you have for yourself. Email me if you wish to be put on a wait list, because as I was going through this content, I was like, I don't have a Facebook group for an accountability or anything, and I am going to start one. I have not really been feeling it. Like, it didn't feel like the right time, but it feels different right now. So if that's something that you would like to be a part of, it'll be a free group. The accountability group is a free group. Pardon me. So if that's something that you'd like to be a part of, you can send me a message, triumphwithtricia@gmail.com, and I'll include your email, your information, and when the group is ready, then I'll let you know. That's what I've got for today. Pardon me. So the next video is staying motivated. I'm almost at the end of the mini series. I think that's the last thing that I have, is staying motivated and keeping up your motivation. It's all doable. The fact that I'm out of my comfort zone is kind of the point, right? This is not stuff I ever thought I would be doing. I watch other people's content and stuff and think, oh, that's really good. I couldn't do that. I don't do public speaking. It's not my thing. What have you. Like I said, 6 months from now, the channel will be whatever it is, but you'll see the growth and the what have you. And as I share the rest of my content and so on and so forth, have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. Click like. Let me know if you want to be added to the wait list, and I will speak with you soon.